Growing up as a Vietnamese girl in small-town Hungary, I experienced racism, sexism, and exclusion from a young age. I often say I champion underdogs because I too have been one, told too many times I was too inexperienced, different, or soft-spoken to lead. I learned that for social and environmental change to be both effective and sustainable, we must bridge the macro systems where policy and institutional decisions are made and the lived realities of the communities affected by them. My journey across journalism, human rights campaigning, finance, and community work has allowed me to use storytelling to make that connection. SMU has sharpened that instinct. The debate-driven classrooms taught me to question established narratives rather than simply accepting the status quo, and to challenge my own assumptions and biases by actively engaging with perspectives different from my own. Beyond the classroom, SMU also gave me opportunities early on to share lessons from my change-making journey, mentor others pursuing a similar path, and to connect with people with a shared commitment to driving change. It confirmed for me the vital role universities can play in bringing changemakers together and amplifying their impact. As a journalist and advocate, I thrived on the challenge of bringing underreported social and environmental issues to light and strengthening legal protections for communities whose rights were routinely violated. As I moved into international development, sustainability, and social impact, that threat continued. I worked to translate complex issues, from climate finance to refugee, women's, and disability rights, into narratives that could shift institutional behavior and unlock critical resources for the communities that needed them most. My why became deeply personal when I began coaching athletes with disabilities, shaped by my own family's lived experience with neurodiversity. Runninghour, an inclusive sports nonprofit, showed me what inclusion can look like in practice. A community where people of all abilities can train together, form meaningful bonds, and be valued for what they can do, rather than defined by what they can't. As part of Runninghour's management committee, I work to strengthen the quality and sustainability of our programs while preserving their community-first spirit. And last year, we reached a special milestone. We launched our first structured half-marathon training program with 6 athletes completing it, including 3 running their first 21-kilometer race. Today, we have grown into one of Singapore's most active inclusive sports communities, with more than 800 athletes with disabilities, volunteers, and caregivers in our membership. In 2025 alone, we've engaged over 10,000 participants across more than 220 sports and community building activities. Beyond the numbers, what motivates me most are our athletes' incredible stories of resilience and grit. There is R, a typically nonverbal buddy with autism who said thank you to me for the first time after years running side by side and after finishing our first 10 and 21-kilometer races together. Or L, who was once barely able to walk due to meningitis at birth, but can now run short distances, attends my fitness classes, and can complete multi-hour hikes. Over time, I hope that my work contributes to a future where people with disabilities are not seen through their care needs or limitations alone, but are recognized as people with aspirations and strength, where they can continue learning, stay active, form friendships, and move through adulthood with dignity, and where caregivers have the confidence that their loved ones will continue to lead fulfilling lives even after they are no longer around.